Good evening and welcome here inside Odell Arena on the campus of Taylor University for tonight's Crossroads League volleyball matchup between the Spring Arbor Cougars and the Taylor Trojans. Rick Johnston with you. This is the Marion General Hospital pre-match show. This match was supposed to take place at the end of this month, but because of some postponements and cancellations with Grace and Huntington, the two teams at Taylor and Spring Arbor were supposed to play tonight. Taylor at Grace, Spring Arbor versus Huntington. They said, well, why don't we just move our match from a couple of weeks and now up to tonight so we can continue rolling on. And the Trojans want to continue playing. They're on a 3-match winning streak after beating St. Francis here at home on Saturday in 4 sets, 3-1. They were again paced by the tag team of Amanda Adams and Grace Isaacs. Amanda had 14 kills. Grace had 11. And for Amanda's work last week, she was named this week's Crossroads League Attacker of the Week. Taylor also welcomed back Ryan Cerniak for her first match in 3 weeks. Ryan had 9 kills on 20 swings and her hands on 2 blocks. Spring Arbor kept their home record perfect at 5-0 with a 5-set win against Grace after they fell behind 2-1 after the first 3 sets. They are 5-0 on the road, 0-3 on the road, however. They've only played 8 conference matches. Spring Arbor comes in 5th in the Crossroads League, 1.5 matches ahead of Taylor. The Trojans are in 6th, a half match up on Mount Vernon Nazarene for the 6th position. We'll take a break. When we come back, it'll be time for volleyball from here inside Odell Arena. This has been the Marion General Hospital pre-match show here on the Trojan Sports Network. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
When you need the fuel to be your nephew's #1 fan, Holiday Inn Express. We're there, so you can be too.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 5 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $150, all the way up to the Trojan MVP level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
A junior outside hitter, number 3, McKenna Peters. A junior outside hitter, number 5, Allison Ford. A junior setter, number 9, Hope Nutter. A freshman defensive specialist, number 10, Francis Churchwell. A junior middle hitter, number 12, Kiara Black. A junior outside hitter, number 15, Mason Root. And a senior libero, number 11, Paige Porter. The Cougars are coached by Betsy Martinez, assisted by Richard Bransford, Mike Draper, and Bailey Johnson. Thank you on the beach for the starting lineup for your Trojans. The second and middle hitter from Edwardsville, Indiana, number 5, Savannah Stevens. A senior middle hitter from Hines, Kentucky, number 9, Grace Higgins. A junior outside hitter from Pittsburgh, Indiana, number 15, Ryan Serbian. A senior outside hitter from Ohio, number 16, Adams. A junior outside hitter from Berkeley, Indiana, number 17, Nikki Seacrest. A sophomore setter from Warsaw, Indiana, number 18, Nikki Brown. And a libero, a sophomore from Warsaw, Indiana, number 11, Brandon Hughes. The Trojans are coached by Aaron Lee, assisted by Kyle Woodley.
Tonight's coaching matchup is a matchup of two Taylor volleyball alums. In 2005 grad Aaron Luthi and 2012 grad Betsy Martinez. When she played here, she was known as Betsy Brown. She graduated the second most assists in program history, and she was inducted into the Taylor Athletics Hall of Fame back in the fall of 2018. Taylor 3-4 at home this year. Spring Arbor 0-3 as the Cougars look for their first road match win of the year. Taylor tries to win their fourth in a row here tonight. And per the COVID-19 protocols this year, Taylor will always be on the left side of the net here tonight. Spring Arbor will always be on the right. The liberos are Paige Porter for Spring Arbor and Aaron Pugh for TU. Both wear number 11. Porter will be in white as her Spring Arbor teammates wear blue this evening. Pugh will be in purple with her team wearing the home whites for the Taylor Trojans. As students file in here on this match that was supposed to happen in a couple of Saturdays from now, but because of some postponements and rescheduling, they play tonight. Taylor has won the coin toss. They will have the first serve of the night. It'll be Casey Bragg to our left. Play to the near side for SAU, blocked back over on the swing by McKenna Peters. They work it back to Peters near side, tapped up, tapped down by Isaacs. And a violation against the Trojans for being into the net on Isaacs. And Spring Arbor scores first. They're up 1-0. So Peters, after getting the kill, exits. She had 9 kills in the win over Grace on Saturday. Porter, the libero, back to serve. She's a 5'8 senior out of Holt, Ohio. A standing righty smash played forward by Adams, but it doesn't reach up to Bragg. It'll be an ace for Porter. That's a 2-0 start here for SAU. They won when the two teams met back on September 23rd in 4 sets. Each team took one of the first 2 sets, then Spring Arbor won 3 and 4. The Trojans had 30 attack errors that night. They're down 2-0 to start. Tap to the net, and unable to get the dig in the back row was SAU. Nikki Seacrest with her first termination, and Taylor on the board. Here 3 serves into set 1. Carly Ware, the converted outside hitter from a year ago. More of a defensive specialist role this year. Had an ace on Saturday. SAU controls, and they'll 2-arm it over on a third hit by Macy Root. Bragg far side. Quick set to Amanda Adams. Blocked, but Ware scampers underneath to set it high. Back to Adams far side off the block and dug to the far side by Allison Ford. Near side to Ford. A big right-hand swing from her. Pugh digs. Bragg sets. Tapped over by the right hand of Cerniak over the head of the backpedaling Francis Churchwell. And Ryan Cerniak gets her first kill, and set 1 is level at 2. Students continue to file into the bleachers down below us after going getting a delicious meal at the DC back behind us. Far side to Roop, down the line, tapped by Pugh and over the head of Carly Ware. She was cutting to where the ball was being played. It was played opposite of where she ran. Roop gets her first kill, and Spring Arbor goes back in front 3-2. Kyra Black exits. She'll be replaced by Emily Johnson, who comes in to serve. Also coming in is Claudia Ellis for SAU. Sent over, Pugh scoops it high. Bragg, far side, Adams trying to get her going, and that is just what the doctor ordered. The Crossroads League Attacker of the Week brought the heat with the right hand, and set one is all square at 3. And that brings some much-needed juice to Odell Arena. Ashley Harrell in to serve. Big sis Haley watching across from us with her father and their grandmother. Ashley sends a sidewinder, almost played by 2 SAU players. Roop calls for it, far side, gets it. Easy dig for Bragg. Harrell to Cerniak, a righty touch down the line. Topped back into the air. Adams plays it back to the near side, but it's dug by Ford. Roop, a changeup, just rainbows right over Adams and Streeter as she read Adams and Streeter jumping early, and it floated just over their heads and softly down for a kill on the far side for Macy Roop. That's her second. And we go back in front with SAU leading by 1, 4-3. Sarah Eliason in to serve. First time we've seen her tonight. She's a 5'9" sophomore out of Ypsilanti, Michigan. 4-3 the SAU lead as they go back and forth here in set one. Played behind Adams, and that made her hit it into the net. First miscue by the Trojans on the attacking side tonight, and that's the first attack error for either team. And SAU ties their biggest lead here in the early going of set one. They're up by a deuce, 5-3. A standing righty sidewinder by Eliason. Cerniak to Bragg, back to Ryan Cerniak, and it's dug by Porter, but it lands on the bottom of the netting, and Cerniak gets her second termination. Ryan did not play when these two teams met back at the end of September. Made her return, as we mentioned, just on Saturday. She jogs off with an ear-to-ear grin, and Taylor draws to within 1. Here comes Nikki Parrott, one of the unsung heroes from a week ago. Had the serve rocking and rolling, but this one eaten by the net on the near side. She had 4 aces in 2 different matches last week, both here at home. But her first try here dies into the net, and it pushes the SAU lead back to 2. Allison Ford, a standing laser beam over. It's received back over the net to SAU's side. Quick set in the middle, off the block. Streeter taps it back. Parrott off the net, and it'll be slammed down by Claudia Ellis. 3-point SAU advantage, their biggest here the early going. And it'll be Ford to send it over. This one hits off the top of the net. She's one of 2 players on SAU's roster, Allison Ford and Hope Notter, who were high school teammates of Taylor's Ryan Cerniak back at Covenant Christian High School. All 3 young ladies are juniors. First service error by SAU trims their lead down to a deuce. Bragg sets up that left hand and brings it to the back corner. We've seen Casey start to get more involved with swings like she did a season ago. Gets her first kill here, and Taylor down by 2 at 7-5. The receive skied in the air, almost landed on the back of one of the speakers on the receive by Peters. She'll let it go with the right hand. Up to Bragg, far side Sechrist sets those feet and taps it over, and it's dug by Eliason. Near side Peters, her swing blocked back over. And underneath, they back set it to the far side of the floor for SAU. Tapped, diving is Pugh's dig. It'll sail back over and controlled by Porter. Quick set, tapped off of the hands, back up to the Trojans, up over the net, then played. Bragg got into the net, and there's the whistle on a net violation against Casey Bragg. Somehow Amanda Adams got her hands underneath off the deflection and was able to play it forward. And it's back to an 8-6 lead here for SAU. As Ellis and Johnson exit, coming in is Frances Churchwell. She's a 5'3" freshman out of Camden, Michigan. Parrott receives the serve up to Bragg. Behind the line, near side, Amanda Adams to the back row. A diving dig is Churchwell's. SAU plays it far side over the back row. Dug to the sky by Parrott on the try from Nibelink. Adams rainbows it over. Underneath is Eliason. Near side to Peters. Tapped, and underneath it is Sechrist. Bragg, a second hit, trying to catch SAU napping. But it's Eliason with the dig. Nibelink far side, blocked. She'll tap it back, and controlling it to the sky is Churchwell. A standing righty smashes SAU. Taylor looks for 4 hits. Bragg avoids running into the net. And the long rally continues near side with Peters. A changeup, a diving dig is Parrott's for Taylor. Nikki Sechrist off the block. Hit it awkwardly, but she curled it back over her left shoulder, and Sechrist's second kill draws Taylor to within 1 point. A long rally for both teams ends with the Taylor point. Remember when these two teams locked horns here on this floor a year ago, there was a rally that lasted over 20 plays back and forth, almost 30, to end one of the sets that ended in Taylor's favor. Big swing from Peters, blocked back over by TU. Nibelink, a right-hand smash will land just out of bounds far side as she threw her right fist and hit on the outside and curled it out of play in set one, back to square at 8. Here's Dodane, a knuckleball serve deep, with Taylor looking for their first lead of set one. Kyra Black fakes it got caught in the hands of Sechrist, and it goes down as a kill for Allison Nibelink. First one for Nibelink tonight. And that's just the fifth kill for SAU overall. Macy Roop leads the way for them with 2. Sechrist and Cerniak each with a pair for the Trojans. And it's 9-8 SAU. One attack error for the Cougars, Taylor with just 2. As the boys from the Sammy 2 dorm down below us get to their normal rowdy levels of sound. Grace Isaacs, too tall for her from Bragg, and Taylor falls behind by 2. First attack error for Isaacs tonight. And the Trojans trail by 2. Again, Taylor has not led in this opening set. They've tied it once, and they've trailed by as many as 3. Bragg, quick set. Isaacs off the block in the middle, and Taylor down by 1. Isaacs was this week's TU Athlete of the Week, a fun interview with Grace, which you can watch in between sets, or you can watch after the match. You can watch the full one in its full length. Casey Bragg back to serve, and the lefty throws it a mile in the air and rips that top spin over. Nodder, quick set to Kyra Black. She had to angle her body, then punch it over with her left hand instead of swinging with her right. And that one sent it flying out of bounds and set one back to even. Fourth tie here of set number 1, and it's 10-aside. Near side of the floor, big swing, but it goes off the antenna by Macy Roop for her first attack error as Taylor students continue to file in here to Odell Arena as the Trojans take their first lead of set 3. They're up 11-10. And Bragg will go back to serve here for the Trojans. 1 kill and 6 assists for 18 and white tonight. Back set to the far side, actually make it down the middle. It'll land out of bounds, untouched by those in the front row. It looked like it was Hope Nodder who hit that one long, and Taylor increases their lead to 2 at 12-10. Just the third attack error for SAU here in frame number 1. Taylor in white on the left side of the net, SAU in the road blue on the right side of the netting. Nodder underneath, back set far side Peters. Did it hit the antenna or was it blocked? It was blocked by the Trojans far side. Isaacs had her hands in there, and SAU will take a timeout. Their first one tonight, and Taylor has a 3-point lead in set 1, 13-10 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
A packed house here inside Odell Arena tonight. And the Trojans have a 3-point lead coming out of the SAU timeout. They're up 13-10 with Bragg continuing to serve. Bragg readies, throws it in the air, and away we go, restarting set number 1. Notter, quick set to Kyra Black, a lefty touch dug by Sechrist. Bragg, near side to the lefty Cerniak, rainbows it deep as that one lands about a foot out of bounds near side corner. First attack error by Cerniak tonight. And the Taylor lead down to 2 at 13-11 as we get close to the midway point here of set number 1. Porter, the libero for SAU, has one tick off the top of the tape on her serve. Bragg, here's Isaacs off the block, dug back over by Isaacs. Popped into the air, Cerniak, Kyra Black swing, dug by Pugh. Two-handed to the back row, played by Churchwell on one that looked to be going out of bounds. Near side, big block back over by TU. Setting her feet near side, rainbowing it over was Ford, dug by Adams. Here's the middle, Grace Isaacs with a big right hand, and Taylor's lead back up to 3. (14-11) the Taylor advantage as Isaacs has got a pair of kills. She's the third Trojan with multiple kills tonight. Notter, back set to the far side of the floor, and this a beautiful dig on the swing by Roop by Pugh. Adams' big swing blocked back over Roop and Black. First block of the night for Spring Arbor. Going back to serve will be Emily Johnson for SAU. Spins and she quickly sends it over. And this goes off of Pugh's hands on a missed receive. Ace for SAU, their second one tonight. They draw to within 1. Second one for Hope Notter. 14-13 the SAU deficit as they have the serve. Adams is received back to Bragg. Isaacs goes up over everybody, and a diving dig from Porter keeps it off the floor. Off the beautiful block attempt by the Trojans, Allison Ford spun one through the block, gets her first kill, and SAU's got set one back to even, this time at 14. Johnson standing and serving, received by Pugh of Taylor. Bragg, far side, Amanda Adams, and she's blocked this time by Claudia Ellis and Roop. Second block of this set for SAU. They go back in front by 1, 15-14. Good read by the front row of SAU. Ware plays it high in the air. Bragg's got to come off the net to play it. Big side step to the right, and Adams will smash it over. Underneath is Notter, far side of the floor. Changing it up, tapped by Adams, kept alive by Pugh. Carly Ware sends it over, and it's cut off by the front row of Spring Arbor. Trying to pick the back line, and Bragg did. No, it just landed out. And that'll force a Taylor timeout. Their first one tonight as Spring Arbor goes in front, 16-14. More with set one after this here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 5 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $150, all the way up to the Trojan MVP level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
So Spring Arbor on a run here. They trailed 13-10. After their first time out, they now outscore Taylor 6-1, and they lead 16-14. Cerniak trying to change that, and she does emphatically. Near side, Spring Arbor try to keep it alive. It'll be 4 hits against SAU. Somehow that dig happened on a missile from the left hand of Cerniak. The Trojans come away with the point after thinking the play was done. There's a lot more velocity coming off of these swings from the Trojans than we've seen in the last few matches. And they're a point away from leveling set one, down 16-15. Floating serve from Harrell, controlled by Notter. Down the middle on a swing from Ford is corralled by Ashley Harrell. Far side Adams, she leans into it and tools off the block attempt on the far side pin. Second kill for Adams, and set one tied once again. Sixth tie of set number one. As now we work towards the late stages of the opening stanza. In the middle, big swing, diving dig by Ware, snuffs out a kill for Ellis, and it's two-armed over by Ashley Harrell. Nodder, back set far side Roop, tapped and played back by Bragg. Harrell sets up Cerniak near side. The lefty goes to the back row, points that it's in, and the official agrees. Third kill for Cerniak, and Taylor regains a 1-point advantage. Harrell sends this one over to the back row. Played up to Nodder, the setter. Drop shot snuffed out by Adams. Bragg quick set high, and Cerniak rainbows one to the corner. Standing still near side. A fist pump from head coach Aaron Luthi as her team leads by 2. Back-to-back kills from Cerniak. One of the biggest crowds we've had inside Odell Arena this season as students continue to find their way to open bleacher seats down and around us. Harrell floats one all the way to the back, scooped high by Sarah Chastain. Big set in the middle off the top of the tape, and it lands just in front of a diving Carly Ware by Allison Ford of SAU. Second kill for Ford, the 5'10 junior from here in the state of Indiana at Brownsburg. Sarah Eliason with her team down by 1 here in the opening frame. Standing righty smash from Eliason, scooped forward by Pugh. Quick set, Bragg off the near side antenna by Cerniak as she tried to take a little bit off. And that's the second attack error for Ryan tonight, and set 1 is tied at 18. 7th tie of set number 1 as we work to the later frames and the later serves of our opening stanza. Cerniak up to Bragg off the serve, over Streeter's head. Amanda Adams' swing is dug. Far sideline, roped over, one-hand dig by Pugh on the try by Nibelink. Ware to the far sideline, Adams, cross-court swing is dug forward by Porter. Underneath is Eliason, back near side, Ford dries her hands off. Ware punches it, tapped up by Adams, and a double hit called by the Trojans. Miscommunication by the back row forced the double hit, and SAU creeps ahead by 1, 19-18. Eliason, a standing top spin serve. Bragg plays it back. Going up to go get it is Adams. Played into the air by Ford. Kept alive by Porter. Far side through the block nicely by Allison Nibelink. Second kill for Nibelink, and SAU leads 20-18. Taylor will take their second and final timeout here of set number 1. 2-point SAU lead in a back and forth opening frame. The Trojans' attack errors have been a problem so far. They have 8 of them. They trail by 2 in set 1.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria, it's our taste.
Taylor out of timeouts. SAU's got 1 left. The Cougars have got the serve, and they lead by 2. 20-18 here in set number 1, sent over by Eliason. Pugh up to her former high school teammate Bragg. Back to Ryan Cerniak, and Cerniak's got the juice tonight. 6th kill of the opening frame for the junior, and Taylor back to within 1. Cerniak exits to high fives and hugs from her teammates. Nikki Parrott comes in to spell her and will serve. Just over the top of hit the top of the tape. Second service error by Parrott after she was so dominant from the service line a week ago. 21-19, the SAU lead as they try to take a 1-set-0 lead. It'll be Allison Ford to sidewind one over. Bragg over Streeter, far side Adams trying to play the back row, could not, and that was a line drive out fourth attack error for Amanda Adams, and it's 22-19 SAU here in set number 1. Here's Ford into the net. Played nicely by Streeters. It rolled to Taylor's side. Adams has got to turn her body and punch it over with the right hand. Back set to Nibelink. Tapped over, and Nibelink will pop it into the air. Eliason all the way to the near side to Peters, but it'll go over the near side antenna, and Taylor's deficit down to 2. Time running out for Taylor here to get a push down 22-20 in set 1. First serve from Amanda Adams goes all the way to the back row. They play it high and set back. It'll land just out of bounds by a whisker on a good look there by either Claudia Ellis or Nibelink. But they'll say it was tapped by the front row of the Trojans and give the point to SAU. It looked like Taylor was going to get the point, but it must have been tapped by the front row of the Trojans because it landed out of bounds behind us, or behind that back low to our left. Floating this one deep. Adams will sky it with the Trojans down by 3, and nobody comes to play it. And it's an ace for SAU and brings them to set point here in set 1. Communication has hurt Taylor here tonight in this opening frame. Streeter will exit, and the Spring Arbor, Michigan native Chelsea Hurt comes in for the first time tonight. 24-20, the Spring Arbor advantage, with Churchwell trying to get her second ace in as many tries. Bragg, a lefty sweep, cut off by Eliason, and she'll play it to the middle. Far side to Nibelink. She's blocked back over. It's Hurt and Sechrist. A much-needed block for the Trojans. Their first one keeps their set 1 hopes alive. Still down 24-21, still SAU set point as Dodane comes in to serve. Dodane on knuckleball over, controlled nicely by Porter. Nibelink, a two-hand sweep. That will land on the far side as she felt everyone for Taylor moving towards the middle, and the 6-foot sophomore Nibelink swept it to the far side. Her third kill and set number 1, with SAU winning 25-21 here on the Trojans Sports Network.
When you need the fuel to be your nephew's #1 fan, Holiday Inn Express. We're there, so you can be too.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 5 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $150, all the way up to the Trojan MVP level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Not a lot to write home about for either team. Taylor with 13 kills, 9 errors in set one for a hitting percentage below 100. SAU 10 kills, 7 errors. Their hitting percentage also below 100. But SAU got the points where it counted. They won set one 25-21, and they take a 1-0 lead, just like they did when these teams met back in September, where the Cougars won set number 1. The Trojans will hope to win set number 2. Offense really evenly distributed for SAU. That's what we've seen the whole year. Macy Roop with 2 kills, Nibelink with 3, 2 for Ford, 2 for Ellis, and 1 for Peters. The Trojans led by Cerniak, who had 6 kills, 2 for Adams, 2 for Sechrist, 1 for Bragg, and 2 for Isaacs. SAU with the first serve, they send it over, and it'll send out of bounds, and Taylor strikes first on the second service error tonight by SAU. And students continue to try to find open bleacher spaces all around us. This is definitely the highest student attendance crowd we've had all season for a volleyball match, and it's made it a very electric atmosphere here this evening. Ware sends it over with Taylor leading 1-0 here in set number 2. Near side quickly tapped over. Roop tried to rainbow it over, but it was Isaacs who threw her tips of her fingers high in the air and gets kill number 3. Good start for Taylor. They lead 2-0. SAU scored the first 2 points of set 1. A short serve from Ware. Porter dives in, and the play it near side to Roop. Blocked back over by the Trojans. Quicks in the middle to Kyra Black. Dug to the sky by Adams. Bragg and Isaacs were both there, but couldn't play it over as Bragg sends it to the back corner. A leaning dig for SAU. Roop goes down the line. Dug back to the middle by Ware. Taylor goes far side. Amanda Adams, who tools off the block, gets kill number 3, and the Trojans lead 3-0. And a very intense head coach Aaron Luthi across from us, barking out instructions to Carly Ware, who continues to serve. Notter into the middle to Roop, down the line, and Bragg pulled her hand back thinking that no one on the front row had touched it. But it's the kill for Roop and SAU on the board here, down by 2 in set 2. It'll be Porter back to serve, the libero for SAU, wearing number 11 tonight. Little top spin here. Pugh plays it up to Bragg for Taylor. Adams goes and rockets one, but it'll sail out of bounds. And the attack error for Amanda Adams, her 5th here of the night so far. That draws boos from the Taylor students down below us, thinking that it got tipped in the front row by the Cougars. Porter stands and smashes the right hand over. Pugh up to Bragg again. They go near side to Isaacs, takes a little bit off, and kept alive by Allison Ford. Ford back to the near side, blocked, but into the antenna. 4 hits actually the call against SAU. And a quick explanation goes to Betsy Martinez, who's in her 6th season leading SAU. And so our down official pointing out where the 4 hits came from. And Taylor has the serve back, and they lead 4-2. Isaacs exits in place of her senior classmate Ashley Harrell, who will come in to serve. Taylor trying to get to 500 for the first time this season. They're down. The record is 5-6 on the season. SAU 5-3. The Cougars also trying to find their first road win of the year. They come in 0-3 away from the SAU campus. Notter back set far side to Roop, down the line, but it's dug near side by Bragg. Harrell back to near side Cerniak, who's been on fire, and a slow one here as Cerniak's swing gets eaten by the net. 3rd attack error for Cerniak after having a blistering 6 kills to lead the match in set 1. 4-3 the Taylor advantage as Sarah Chastain comes in to serve for the visitors out of Michigan. This one played deep. Pugh up to Bragg, near side Cerniak through the block, and she quickly erases that memory of the attack error with her 7th termination. Back to a 5-point Taylor lead as Nikki Parrott comes in to serve. She's got 2 service errors to her name tonight, the only 2 service errors for the Trojans. Was dominant with 9 aces last week, and this one hits off the near side official stand. And that brings SAU back to within 1, down 5-4. Eliason enters to serve. Spins the ball, readies, walks forward, and sends over a right-hand sidewinder. Parrott plays it to the sky. Bragg, far side. Amanda Adams, who was cleared for takeoff. Fourth kill for Amanda Adams, and SAU left way too much room for the multi-time All-League selection in this week's Crossroads League Attacker of the Week. Quick set in the middle, nicely played to the far side by Claudia Ellis on the quick tap by Eliason. Third kill for Claudia Ellis as she read the floor perfectly and saw that open space of parquet on the far side from where we sit. Allison Ford will send this one out of bounds by about 7 feet. Third service error for SAU. And that takes away their 3 aces that they have to their name tonight. Taylor still with no aces and 3 service errors. Dodane would love to change that if she could. Did not get any aces when Taylor beat St. Francis on this floor on Saturday. Different opponent for both of these teams tonight if you're just joining us. Taylor was supposed to be at Grace. Spring Arbor was supposed to play Huntington as Dodane gets her first ace, and Taylor's lead is up to 3. But because of the postponements, the two teams called each other yesterday, say, can we move our match from late Saturday or late October to early October? The proper party said yes as Peters sends this one out. And Taylor's lead is up to a match high of 4-9-5. All the appropriate people signed off on it. And here we are with volleyball on a Wednesday night. With Taylor, the second hottest team in the Crossroads League, winners of 3 in a row, as Dodane's serve will find the net. Bethel, the hottest team in the Crossroads League, they're winners of 8 in a row. They dropped their first match of the year to Indiana Wesleyan, and they have not lost since, including a win over defending national champion Marion on Saturday. Frances Churchwell in to serve for SAU. She'll play it from the near side corner. 2 Trojans there, and the miscommunication is snuffed out by Sechrist. Behind the line swing, Adams to the back row and is dug by Eliason. Porter, far side to Nibelink, tapped in the front row, and that one will sail back. Kill for Allison Nibelink, that's number 4 for her. And SAU to within 2, they won set 1, 25-21. Taylor with 5 more kills than SAU, but they have 2 more attack errors to their name. Back set from Bragg. Isaacs knows just what to do with it, and she drops home kill number 4. 3-point Taylor lead at 10-7. As Bragg goes back to serve here for TU. The lefty rainbows it over, scooping it off the floor. Churchwell. High set, near side Peters, and she'll blister that one off the right elbow of Amanda Adams. Second kill for McKenna Peters. And SAU again trailing by 2. 10-8. As Hope Notter comes in to serve, she replaces Sarah Eliason. Notter, a knuckleball near side, Pugh to Bragg. Back set, Nikki Sechrist tapped, and then Porter tried to play it back to the middle, and no one was home to keep it alive for Spring Arbor. Third kill for Nikki Sechrist, her first of the second set, and the Trojans lead back up to 3. Ware comes in to spell Sechrist and serve. Porter plays it to the middle, Notter underneath, back to the near side and Roop. A rainbow that's dug out softly by Amanda Adams. Cerniak hits the hot hand going again. Near side, 8th kill for Cerniak. Played her first match in 3 weeks on Saturday, had a little bit of rust. Well, that rust is long gone, baby. 8 kills for Cerniak on 13 swings. And almost an ace as Notter plays it back from a knee. Bragg plays in the middle, Pugh underneath. Let's give Cerniak another try at it. A rainbow here, snuffed out by Roop. Skied by SAU, Roop plays it, Pugh digs it. Bragg sets it, Cerniak terminates it. And Taylor head coach Aaron Luthi comes skipping down to our down official as the rest of Odell Arena says that thing was tipped from the near side. Our down official comes to talk to our lead official near us. From his reaction, it seems that he would have the same thought as the Taylor fans. Now they bring in our official from the near side corner. Isaacs immediately looked back, said it was tipped. And from the reaction, Amanda Adams has to come in and out talk. And judging by the Taylor players' reaction, it looks like it's going to go against the Trojans. Cerniak normally doesn't show a lot of negative energy, but we've got 5 baseball guys standing to our left. They don't like the way this is looking. Half the Sammy 2 dorm down below us, they don't like the way this thing is looking right now. And this one goes against the Trojans. There are going to be a bunch of unhappy people sitting down and around us. And it looks like it's going to be a point against SAU. Taylor head coach Aaron Luthi still unhappy across from us. And now Odell Arena lets their displeasure be heard vehemently. Second error charge to Isaacs. And the Taylor lead down to 3 at 12-9. Porter sends this one high and deep. Bragg, far side, Adams. There's no doubt about that one as Adams brought it from the left side. 5th kill for Adams. Just take matters into your own hands and don't let anyone doubt you. And the Trojan lead is 4 at 13-9 inside a rioting Odell Arena. Not rioting yet, more of a rowdy state, but we might get to rioting before the night's done. Kyra Black soars high into the air, shows off the hops and gets her first kill tonight. 7 swing for Black. And comes with her first kill right there. A fine player for SAU. 6-foot junior, Hoosier out of Danville, Indiana. Also spent some time on the Spring Arbor track team. You can see why right there. 3-point Taylor lead. Adams in the middle, pushing it back to 4 as that one tipped off the block. 6th kill for Adams. And the Trojans and Cougars keep seesawing back between a 3-point and 4-point Taylor lead. Parrott comes in to serve. 3 serves tonight and 3 service errors. Spins. Gets this one over the net, deep to Porter. Nodder, quick set near side, nicely terminated by Claudia Ellis. Quick set in the middle by Nodder, and Ellis swung it home with the right hand. Chelsea Hurt will come in for TU. We saw her briefly towards the end of set 1. Hurt, a local kid from Spring Arbor, Michigan, playing against her hometown college for the 2nd time in her career. The setter Ellison sends it over for SAU. Nicely done. Bragg felt the open space and swept it home with the left hand. 2nd kill for Bragg, and Taylor's lead back up to 4 again. As we hit the midway point of set 1, Trojans up 15-11. Here's Adams to send it over for TU. Received nicely by Ford. Eliason in the middle. Big swing by Claudia Ellis as that one went off the side of the ear and shoulder of Aaron Pugh. 5th kill for Claudia Ellis as that one handcuffed Pugh. And it's back down to a 3-point Taylor lead. They've been able to push it to 4 each time since. Seacrest far side rainbows it over, and it's dug by Peters of SAU. Back far side, Nibelink who tools off the block of Seacrest and Hurt. 5th kill for Allison Nibelink as that leads Spring Arbor in that category. And Savannah Streeter. And now something happens. Our down official wants to talk to Taylor head coach Aaron Luthi. Luthi wanted to bring Streeter back in. And it looks like that's not going to be allowed, or a warning might have been issued to the Taylor reserves. 2-point Taylor lead. They've led by as many as 4. Changed up Seacrest, rainbowed over, pinballed around on a pancake dig by Peters, and Taylor can't believe the play's allowed to continue. Hurt sends one out of bounds far side, and now the Taylor fans bordering on rioting. That's the 2nd call that's gone against the home team in this set. We don't normally see this much emotion out of Taylor head coach Aaron Luthi, but she is beside herself across from us, and now the fans are giving our officials an earful. Taylor's once 4-point lead down to 1, and now we're tied on an ace from Spring Arbor. 4th one for the visitors. Timeout as Aaron Luthi takes the jacket off. 15-15, Taylor unhappy, and head coach Aaron Luthi still pleading her case across from us.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
When you need the fuel to be your nephew's #1 fan, Holiday Inn Express. We're there, so you can be too.
Well, we had some juice in here before, but now the Taylor fans have voiced their disagreement with a couple of calls by our officials tonight. And they find themselves, the Trojans, trying to stop a 4-0 run here by Spring Arbor. Second set level at 15. Sechrist gets it from Bragg, and the dig attempt from Chastain almost hits our lead official on the platform. It's a rowdy bunch of students inside Odell Arena tonight, and they have got their money's worth. Even though they didn't pay a dime for a ticket. Dodane in, she's got the Trojans' only ace tonight. Good save by SAU. Eliason in the middle, tap to the back row, dug by Adams of Taylor. Bragg sets up Isaacs, who pinpoints that back corner and gets kill number 5. 2 quick Taylor points out of the Trojans' timeout, and they go back in front by a deuce. Here in set 2, trying to level the match at a set apiece. Dodane knuckleballs one over. Eliason to the near side. Nibbelink swing dug by Adams. Here's Parrott ripping one, but it sails wide and long. Parrott trying to lock herself back in here. Has had a rough match so far tonight. SAU gets the serve back, trailing by 1. As Frances Churchwell comes in and she'll serve. Taylor leading or tied in every category except aces, but their attack errors are what have done them in tonight. Bragg will have the joust come back on her side of the net for Taylor. Pugh sets it high for Adams behind the line, and it goes off the elbows of Kyara Black, who tried to get a block. 7th kill, Adams, and Taylor's lead back up to a pair. 18-16 in a hotly contested set number 2. Taylor hitting .304 in the third frame, SAU at .316. As the attack errors for both sides, much smaller than what we saw in the opening stanza. Eliason, near side Peters, tapped and dug by Pugh as she pirouettes. Bragg sets up Cerniak, who continues to cook with gas. 9th kill for Ryan Cerniak on 16 swings, and SAU has no answers for 15 in white. And remember, Cerniak was absent the first time these two teams met a couple of weeks ago on September 23rd. Bragg to the back row. Porter and Peters both sky it. Eliason, drop shot, diving dig. Bragg kept alive. Pugh, and then scooped over by Cerniak. Eliason's got a run to get after it. Near side Peters got caught in the hands of Isaacs and Cerniak, and Peters gets kill number 3. Back to a 2-point deficit for SAU. Eliason and Nibbelink exit. Hope Notter comes back in for the visitors. Pugh scoops it up to Bragg. Down the middle comes Nikki Sechrist, and it's dug by Notter. Porter to the far side, Peters, a rainbow try. Dug back to the middle by Adams. Here's Cerniak again, but Porter was right there for a beautiful dig. Kyra Black had to change her position. Both Pugh and Bragg dove for it, and Pugh knocked it down as both Taylor players tried to read the changeup from Kyra Black. 2nd kill for her, and Spring Arbor trails by just 1 here in the late stages of set number 2 as they lead 1-0 in the match tonight. Bragg, here comes Grace Isaacs. Couldn't get her hand on it, was Porter, as that one was sailing by her ear. Kill 6 for Isaacs, and the Trojans reach 20 points first. They're up by 2. Sechrist out. Ware in to serve for the home team. A knuckleball over, received nicely by Churchwell. Avoiding the net was Notter, tapped down by the Trojans, played back far side, and then Pugh handcuffs herself as Peters just had to get it over on a third hit. And second-guessing herself was Aaron Pugh, and that allows Peters' drop to fall right down in front of her. Back to a 1-point Taylor lead with the libero Paige Porter serving for Spring Arbor. A righty sidewinder. Adams to Bragg, back to Amanda Adams. Porter doesn't get her hands underneath this one. The Taylor fans were ready to lose their minds if that one went against them again. 8th kill for Adams and Taylor's lead back to 2. Spring Arbor has yet to use a timeout here in this second stanza. Both teams hitting either at .350 or better than that. In a hotly offensive-heavy set number 2. Notter underneath, trying to change her position, and the block attempt by the Trojans goes off the far side antenna. Roop had to change her path, just tried to push it over, and it got caught in the hands of Bragg and Streeter. Hit the far side antenna, and the point goes to SAU. They trail 21-20. 4th kill for Macy Roop tonight. Claudia Ellis and Allison Nibbling lead them in kills with 5 each. But a serve sails short here from Sarah Chastain of SAU. 4th service error for the visitors, and Taylor's lead back up to a deuce. As here comes Nikki Parrott, who has struggled from the service line tonight, with 3 service aces out of the Trojans' 4. Gets this one over here. Porter plays it to Notter. Calling for it is Roop. She'll send it off the block of Streeter and Adams. Taylor looking for a double hit across from us. Reserve setter Addie Sieber beside herself on the bench across from us. And with a talented of a setter as Sieber is, I kind of trust her judgment. The transfer from SIU Edwardsville. Taylor ahead 22-21, SAU with the serve. Bragg gives Adams a go at it, and the block attempt will sidewind to the near side. Adams has put her struggles of set 1 behind her. 9 kills for her, and Taylor leads 23-21. And Spring Arbor will take their first time out. 2-point Taylor lead. They're 2 points away from tying our match of the set apiece here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 5 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $150, all the way up to the Trojan MVP level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
(23-21) the Taylor advantage in set 2 as they try to level our match at a set aside. Coming out of the SAU timeout, big swing, dances on the Taylor net. Sechrist keeps it alive. Bragg plays it back up to Nikki Sechrist, and it's dug by Eliason of SAU. Porter near side, big swing by Allison Ford, and she'll push that through the block near side by the Trojans. 3rd kill for Ford and Spring Arbor. A late push as they are 1 point away from leveling set 2, down 23-22. Just the 3rd kill for Ford time, but she's been clean with no errors. She'll serve this one right into the net. That brings us to set point here in set 2 for Taylor. SAU hitting .400, the Trojans at .387. So if you want how to play offense in volleyball, this is the set that you need to watch, kids. Dodane to serve. Set point as Odell Arena rises to its feet. Ellison denies an ace, but unable to get to it as Ellis, and it will be an ace. The Trojans, after having the referees play with their minds in set 2, win set 2 25-22. We're even at a set apiece. On to set 3 after this.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria, it's our taste.
When you need the fuel to be your nephew's #1 fan, Holiday Inn Express. We're there, so you can be too.
What an offensive display we had in set number 2. With SAU hitting 400, the Trojans hitting 387. Taylor with 17 kills, 5 errors. Spring Arbor 14 kills, 2 errors. And on we go to set 3 with the match level. At a set apiece. Ryan Cerniak has been a rock star tonight. 9 kills, 4 errors on 17 swings for Taylor. Amanda Adams keeping pace with her as they both dance before set 3 gets underway. 9 kills for Amanda on 26 tries. 4 kills, no errors for Nikki Sechrist. Isaacs with 6 kills and only 1 error for Taylor. 4 kills for McKenna Peters, 5 for Claudia Ellis with no errors on 8 swings. Good things happen when Forrest hit the ball tonight for SAU. 3 kills and no errors for Allison Ford. So she and Ellis have 8 kills on their 15 swings combined with no errors between them. 5 for Nibelink and 5 for Roop, and set 3 is underway. Here's Roop near side over the block, dug forward by Adams. Bragg will tap it along, and Porter will dig it forward for SAU. Kyra Black rises over everybody and gets her first termination of set 3. Third one in the match, and SAU jumps out to an early 1-0 advantage. And McKenna Peters goes back to serve for SAU, and this one will sail out of bounds. 6th service error for SAU tonight, set 3 level at 1. Taylor with 4 service errors to their name, but they're slacking in the aces category. Just 2 for Taylor, 4 of them for Spring Arbor. Ware will serve. She had a couple of aces Saturday against SAU. Against USF. SAU plays it near side. Good scamper underneath by Churchwell. And the Cougars will two-arm it over with Porter. Pugh to Bragg. Isaacs goes up and gets it. She called for it and knew exactly what to do with it. 7th kill for Isaacs. As our down official trying to relay a message to the Taylor bench. I think they're getting too close to the playing surface. But with the masks that everyone has to wear and the insane amount of noise that's coming from the Taylor students down and around us, it's hard to even hear yourself think. A diving try there by Notter takes an ace away from Ware, and then hit the back line as Adams. She gets a double figures. It's 10 kills as that one just scraped the very far edge of the white line to our right. 3-1 the Taylor lead with the match even at a set apiece. A skip and a serve. This one will sail way long by Carly Ware. She knew exactly after she let that one go that it was going to sail long. It's got a little too much underneath. That one kept rising like an airplane taking off from the airport. McKenna Peters sends it over for SAU. Adams receives it. Bragg back set to Isaacs. Oh, a nice little changeup. It danced on SAU's net, and they play it back, and they'll have to two-arm it over with Ellis. Ware to Bragg. Over Isaacs. Adams was it tapped to the front row. Adams pleading for it, and she gets the call. 11th kill for Amanda Adams. And she was calling for the tip at the front row right when it left her hand. And she would have the best vantage point because she was the one that swung. Taylor's doubled up SAU early in set number 4, 4-2. Ashley Harrell sends a little top spin over. Porter up to Notter. Back set far side. Dug by Ware. Nicely done for TU. Far side Adams, and she continues to stay hot. The block attempt from SAU went spinning to the near side. And Taylor has a 3-point lead early in set 3. Harrell dribbles and sends a little right-hand float over. Notter in the middle to Ellis. Tapped down by Cerniak. Played back in a diving save by Chastain. Two-armed over by SAU. Harrell to Bragg. Cerniak. It's played back over. And then somehow limboing it back over is Adams. Bragg, far side to Adams. A conventional swing, but it's dug by a pirouetting Allison Ford. Roop tapped and dug up. Will Bragg play it back? Tapped over. Diving dig is Streeters. And a violation called against the Trojans. And the point will go to SAU. 5-3 the Taylor advantage. Somehow Adams kept that ball off the floor initially. We've seen two evenly matched teams here tonight. Taylor hitting 247, SAU at 207 for the match so far. Bragg gives Adams a go. Borders dig attempt, sails all the way back to the far side. As Porter gets back up and sachets a little bit towards her own bench. 13th kill for Adams, and that one had gas coming off of it. The Taylor lead is 3. As here's Parrott trying to find her groove serving. Just over the top of the tape, Porter dives to take the ace away. They play it near side of nibbling. She's blocked back over, was out of bounds, and then Porter tries to fight with the chair and with the chair down below us, and that chair wasn't budging an inch. Great hustle by Paige Porter just to throw her body as she takes a look at her right elbow, but to throw herself right into the platform down below us. 4-point Taylor lead as Parrott rockets one to the back row. Chastain plays it up to Eliason. They go far side, violation against SAU. Ford was about to get blocked on the far side, but it's a double hit against the visitors. 5-point Taylor lead, 8-3 here in the third stanza, as Taylor tries to win their 4th match in a row after winning just 2 through the opening 2.5 weeks. Parrott to the back row. Porter got handcuffed, and there's the ace for Nikki Parrott. The Taylor fans taking out the signs for Parrott. High five from Jessica Dodane, and Taylor leads 9-3 as SAU takes a timeout here in the third stanza.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
When you need the fuel to be your nephew's #1 fan.
Parrott with over 100 aces in her career, sitting at 102 right now. Taylor ahead 9-3 coming out of the SAU timeout. Match level at a set apiece here in set 3. Chastain plays up to Eliason in the middle. Nice swing by Claudia Ellis, and her strong night continues. 6th kill, no errors for 4 in blue. The Taylor lead down to 5. Here's Porter back to serve for the visitors. Spring Arbor in search of their first road win of the year. They're 0-3 away from their home floor, and blowing it by the back row is Amanda Adams to the near side corner. 14th termination for the All-League selection, Amanda Adams. She already recorded her 1,000th career kill earlier this season. Third player under the direction of Aaron Luther to reach that. Nice changeup by Ellis, but a good read by Pugh. Throwing her hand on it was Porter, and unable to pinball it over was Chastain. Taylor's lead is 7-11-4. Everything going Taylor's way here in the third stanza. They have yet to record an attack error with 7 kills on 11 tries. Eliason, near side Peters, off the block nicely, and just able to get her hands on it was Sechrist across from us. 5th kill for McKenna Peters, the junior out of Shelby, Michigan. And SAU gets the serve back. They trail by 6, 11-5. Ellis and Chastain exit, coming back in Churchwell, along with Kyra Black and Nibbling for SAU. It'll be Churchwell to serve it over. Adams up to Bragg. Quick set, up and to go get it is Nikki Sechrist, and she deflected it off of Eliason. 5th kill for Sechrist with no errors. 12-5 the Taylor lead, back up to 7. Dodane back in for TU, along with Isaacs. Dodane a knuckleball deep that Porter will send up to the rafters. Eliason, the Nibelink, line drive, getting the dig is Adams for Taylor. Bragg behind the line, here comes Parrott, and Eliason right there far sideline. Porter up to Nibelink. She's blocked down. It's Sechrist and Isaacs. 3rd block of the night for the Trojans, and the Taylor lead is 8. Second block each for Isaacs and Sechrist as Dodane will rainbow a knuckleball over. Churchwell to Eliason. High up near side Peters. Through the tape, diving dig is Adams. Bragg, quick set, Isaacs. And that one off the shoulder of Eliason. 8th kill for Grace Isaacs. And the Taylor lead is the biggest of the night at 9, 14-5 in set 3. And still no errors for the Trojans. 9 kills on 14 tries. Hitting close to 630 in this third frame. And Dodane's serve will get eaten by the top of the net. Second service error for her. 6th one for Taylor from the service line tonight. Each team with 6 service errors tonight. SAU with 1 more ace than the Trojans, 4-3. Nodder sends this one over for SAU. Bragg sets it high. Sechrist goes and gets it, and she sends that one off the shoulder of Kyra Black. 6th one for Sechrist. And the Trojan lead is back up to 9. Matching their biggest margin tonight in any set. They drop set 1, 25-21, 1 set 2, 25-22, and are in the driver's seat here in set 3 of 15-6. Peters far side, a laser beam that Pugh calmly digs to the near side. Adams had to change her plan and two-handed it over. Nodder, quick back set far side Peters, a changeup beautifully as that one rainbowed up and over the Taylor front row as some of the Taylor fans ask for a double hit. 6th kill for McKenna Peters, and the SAU back to within 8. It'll be Peters handling the serving here. Reaches up high to play it. Adams has got to play it back. Bragg somehow punched it backwards, and Sechrist got it over the net. Notter quick set to Kyara Black, and she's rejected by Grace Isaacs. Two of the top middle blockers and middle hitters in the Crossroads League locking horns, and Isaacs comes out on top this time. And the Trojan lead back up to 9. Notter, quick set in the air, slapping it over. Over the block is Allison Ford, just out of the reach of a sprinting Carly Ware for Taylor. Fourth kill for Ford, and that subdues the Taylor Rowdy fan base tonight. Taylor head coach Aaron Luthi barking out signals with her team up 16-8 in the third frame, trying to go up 2-1 in the match and win their fourth match in a row. Waresing tapped, corralled by Notter. Porter near side to Ford, dug by Bragg. Ware's attempt will land in the second row. Allison Ford again on the near side, her fifth kill. Back-to-back terminations for Allison Ford. And SAU's deficit is 16-9. This serve will go out of bounds. Taylor with the point back, up 17-9. A rowdy bunch of Taylor students have filled the bleachers inside Odell Arena tonight. Easily the best crowd we've had for the volleyball team this season. They've been loud, they have been proud, and they've been very loud at times. Dig in the back row by Ware on a big swing from Ellis. Here's Adams trying to give the Taylor students something to cheer about, and she does. 18-9, Taylor cooking in set 3. Still no attack errors for the Trojans. 11 kills on 18 tries. They are hitting over 600 in this third stanza. Ford scoops it, saved by Chastain, and Ford will two-arm it over on the Harrell serve. Bragg, here comes Amanda Adams again, and this one almost lands to her father, sitting in the second row across from us. 19-9 Taylor, as Amanda Adams has taken things over in the third set. Timeout SAU as the Trojans try to go up 2-1 over Spring Arbor tonight.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 5 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $150, all the way up to the Trojan MVP level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
Taylor, a blistering .632 hitting percentage in the third frame, 19 attempts, 12 kills, no errors, and Amanda Adams leading the way with a match-high 15 terminations. Out of the SAU timeout, a big kill coming down the middle is Macy Roop, as she sent that one around the Taylor block in the front row. 19-10, the SAU deficit, as the Trojans trying to go up 2-1 in the match tonight and win their fourth match in a row, and draw to within a half match of Spring Arbor for 5th place in the Crossroads League. This serve sent deep by Eliason. Pugh plays it up. Here's Cerniak near side, blocked down. Streeter plays it back. Pugh hops. Adam rotates and knocks it over to Chastain. Adam slaps it back over on a try from SAU. Near side Ford, off the near side antenna, and Taylor up 20-10. Allison Ford trying to play one by her high school teammate Ryan Cerniak. Got too much of the antenna, and the Trojans have doubled up SAU once again. 16 kills for Adams, 9 for Cerniak, 8 for Isaacs. The big players have come to play tonight for Taylor. Eliason saves it, Nibelink steps in, and this one off the Trojan block, and it spins down to the far side on Taylor's side of the net. First time we've called Nibelink's name here in the third stanza, gets her 6th kill. And SAU trails by 9, 20-11. Porter, the libero, back to serve. A standing righty smash that Parrott sends upwards. Bragg in the middle to Adams. She's been hot, and it continues as Eliason's dig attempt goes sailing to the entrance of Odell Arena. 17th kill for Amanda Adams here in set 3. Taylor up 21-11. And Adams goes back to serve. Line drives here. Chastain slides and keeps it alive. Back row dig is Adams. Bragg. How about Sechrist this time? It's dug by Eliason of SAU. Porter, far side Nibelink, leans in through the block, but a sliding Aaron Pugh digs it. Kept alive by Bragg. And Sechrist's kill serpentines through the block. And Taylor up by 11 on the 7th kill by Nicole Sechrist. Still no errors for Taylor in set 3 with 14 kills off the top of the tape on the Adams serve. And two-arming it over will be McKenna Peters for SAU. Bragg, here's Sechrist again. Her big swing will be blocked out of bounds far side. Back-to-back kills for Sechrist. And Taylor inching closer to ending a commanding set 3. 2 points away from the win, up by 12. Adams takes a little bit off. Chastain plays it forward. Eliason near side. Peters, who sends one screaming out of bounds near side. It's set point in set 3. Taylor up by a ton, 24-11. And Adams off the top of the tape. Chastain slides to keep this one alive. Far side Nibelink off the block and then scooped back by Sechrist. Pugh to Casey Bragg, and that's how set 3 ends. First kill since the early going for Casey Bragg, and Taylor unblemished in set 3. 16 kills, no errors, 26 tries, a hitting percentage of over 600. They go for the match next in set 4.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greeks Pizzeria. It's our taste.
"16 kills, no errors, 26 attempts. That was Taylor's set 3, a hitting percentage of a mind-numbing .615. SAU nothing to shake your head at. 9 kills, 5 errors on 28 tries, 143. Taylor hitting .323 for the match. SAU 186. Taylor won set 2, 25-11. They go for the win here in set 4. Adams cuts the serve off. Pugh plays it forward, and Sechrist will hit it off the heel of her hand. And the opposite of how set 3 went starts set 4. First miscue for Nikki Sechrist tonight, and SAU jumps out to an early 1-0 lead. And Adams will scoop this serve up to Bragg. Everyone to choose. She chooses Isaacs, and Porter's try will land in the first row over Seth Michael, our PA announcer's head. And then he calmly makes the call to let everyone know that Isaacs just recorded kill number 9. Ware into serve, replacing Sechrist. Scooped off the floor nicely by Churchwell. Notter sets it high. Kyara Black blocked by Adams and Isaacs. Second time Kyara Black has been blocked by Adams. 5th block for the Trojans. Number 4 for Isaacs. Number 1 for Amanda Adams. And Taylor up 2-1 in the 4th stanza. Notter, near side, Ruby, and this one will land just inside the near sideline. Beautiful play by Macy Roop. Played it beautifully over the front row and then landed softly inside the near sideline. 2-2, set 4. Peters will serve it over. Pugh can't hit off the bottom of the net, and it's an ace for McKenna Peters. Serve receive not on point there for the Trojans, and that led to the ace. 5th one of the night for the visitors, their first one in a while. They lead 3-2 here in set number 4. Back set, Ryan Cerniak, dig attempt, kept alive by Roop. Back over the net, blocked by Kyra Black, but dug by Bragg. Pugh, far sideline, Amanda Adams, and this one dig will land on the near sideline as 2 Trojans were tracking it, thinking it might sail out of play. A huge swing and a bigger dig for SAU, and that ball curls and lands just inside the near sideline, pushing SAU's lead to 2 early in set 4. Bragg to Isaacs, trying to draw Taylor to within 1. Dig far side by Notter. Kyra Black back to Roop, and this is going to be 4 hits as Roop played it straight into the air, couldn't curl it over. That's not what Roop is brought to SAU to do. She's more prone to get up there and let her rip with a big swing, and so I'm sure that won't be harped on too much in film study tomorrow. She's had a good night, 7 kills and only 3 errors for Macy Roop. Taylor to within 1, down 4-3 in set 4. Good hustle by Notter to take an ace away from Harrell. Sliding dig to her left is Carly Wares. Back set Bragg to Cerniak, and Taylor ties set 4 at 4. 10th kill for Ryan Cerniak, who looks right back to form. Second Trojan in double-figure kills, joining the match high of 17 by Amanda Adams. Notter, back set to Roop, tapping it deep, and Ware will calmly dig it to the middle. Bragg, far side Adams, a lefty push, is snuffed out by Notter. Near side, they send it to Ford as SAU, tapped and dug by Harrell. Bragg sets, and Streeter has it blocked, set alive by Cerniak, and then Adams tools off the block. Early cheers from SAU, the Trojans kept playing, and they get the point and the lead in set 4. 18th kill for Adams, as Harrell will go back to serve again. Big Sis Haley watching in the front row. SAU near side to Ford, off the block, and this one played out of the reach of Casey Bragg. 6th kill for Allison Ford. And set 4 back level at 5-5. Emily Johnson in to serve for SAU, sophomore out of Wayland, Michigan. First time we've seen her in a while, just the second set she's played in tonight. Adams' a swing, pushed back over, corralled by the Trojans. Bragg up high, Cerniak will two-hand it far sideline. Porter To the near side and Ford, and she'll tool off the block of Cerniak near side. So the two Covenant Christian players try to lock up there. This time it's Ford getting the best of Cerniak. Back-to-back kills for Allison Ford push her total to 7, and SAU goes ahead by 1 here in set 4. Pirouetting is Bragg, and Cerniak says, Ford, I got your kill right here. 6-6, set 4. Cerniak with 11 big ones tonight. And Parrott in to serve, just over the top of the tape. Porter leans in, keeps it off the floor. Ford comes in, but she'll pull it to the near side and out of play. Just the second attack error for Allison Ford tonight. She has been stellar for Spring Arbor. That breaks our 6-all tie with Parrott and the Taylor Trojans still serving. This one to the far side, played back over by SAU. That lets Adams tee off and bury it to the near side corner. 14th kill for Amanda, make it the 19th kill for Amanda Adams, who after having a rough set 1 has been nothing but brilliant since. Tongue sticking out for Parrott. She lets one rip over. Not her quick set far side Roop. Near side just out of the reach of a diving Parrott. Quick swing from Roop that went cross court far side to near, and as draws SAU to within 1 on Roop's 8th termination tonight. She's had a splendid evening, trying to get closer back, hitting at 200, 8 kills and 4 errors for Roop tonight. And a serve from Eliason dies in the net. Her first service error tonight, but the 8th one for SAU. And that pushes Taylor ahead, back by a deuce, 9-7 here in set 4. They lead 2-1 in the match tonight. Taylor trying to win their 4th straight match. Eliason sends one to the rafters, near side, Nibelink. Out of bounds, far side, in front of the Taylor bench. 5th miscue for Nibelink tonight. Taylor's lead is 3 here in set 4. Adams a skip and a smash over. High in the air, near side, Nibelink has to lean back to get it. Sechrist with the dig, Bragg back to Sechrist, a right hand heel, diving attempt by SAU, then somehow jumping and knocking it over is Johnson. Bragg, far side Sechrist, a lefty tap snuffed away by a diving Eliason with her right forearm. Streeter cut it off in the net against SAU, back to their side, Nibelink goes back. Adams will two-hand bash it over from the back row, and she'll just strut to serve once again. When you're the Crossroads League Attacker of the Week, sometimes things just work out for you. 20th kill for Amanda Adams, and that forces an SAU timeout, with Taylor leading 11-7 here in set 4.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 5 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $150, all the way up to the Trojan MVP level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
"20 kills for Amanda Adams." That's pretty good. She'll serve here out of the SAU timeout. Taylor up 11-7. Eliason, far side to Ford, out of bounds, and Taylor continues to roll up by 5. 3rd miscue for Ford, 2nd one of the set. And Adams will smash this one over into the air. Eliason scampers underneath, and Johnson will right hand one deep. Adams forward to Bragg. Sechrist goes up and gets it, but Porter's dig almost sailed back over the net. They play it back near side. Ford will two-arm it forward. Pugh to Bragg, near side Savannah. Streeter blows it over the head of Eliason. It was tapped in the front row for Streeter's first kill tonight. Taylor's lead is 6, 13-7. As here comes Emily Martin in for the first time tonight for SAU. 5'7" senior setter out of Davison, Michigan. She replaces Eliason. Johnson to Martin. Far side forward, blocked, kept alive by Sechrist and just out of the reach of Streeter. 8th kill for Allison Ford. And that brings SAU back to within 5, down 13-8 in the 4th frame. SAU needs a win to fourth the 5th frame. The Trojans a set win away from winning their 4th consecutive match. Parrott received, Bragg will sweep it on over. Porter will spin and dig it high. Martin near side to Peters, lets her rip, and then Porter will dig it back for SAU. Quick set, and not only get her hands underneath of it was Parrott on the Claudia Ellis attempt. 8th kill for Ellis, 15 tries and no errors. She's been the most efficient player for Spring Arbor tonight. Cougars back to within 4, down 13-9 in the 4th stanza. They trail the match 2-1. Adams will play the serve up to Bragg. Streeter and Sechrist both go to get it, knocked over to SAU side. Peters a rainbow, dug by Parrott of Taylor. Bragg a second sweep, good dig by Martin off her left hip. Far side Nibbling. This one will land just out of bounds as spinning out of the way was Amanda Adams. Taylor's lead back up to 5, 14-9. Streeter out and Dodane in to serve. That's the 20th attack error by SAU tonight, or their 19th. Taylor has 15, but the Trojans have 13 more kills than the Cougars, 53-40. And Taylor hitting a blistering 314 tonight as a team, SAU at 171. Down the middle, off the block, but dug by Parrott, unable to play it off the antenna, were the Trojans, and a kill will go to Claudia Ellis as her stellar night continues. 9 kills, no errors for 4 in navy blue. 14-10, the SAU deficit as they've got the serve back, with Churchwell serving from the near side for Spring Arbor, replacing the white-hot Claudia Ellis. 6-foot junior returning to her home state from Danville, Indiana. Parrott to the air on the serve for Taylor. Far side Sechrist, and she'll play that into her side of the netting. Second attack error for Nikki Sechrist tonight. SAU trails by 3, 14-11. Just the second attack error for the Trojans here in the 4th frame. SAU with 6 already here in the 4th stanza. Adams skies it, Bragg, and two-handing it over will be Sechrist. She and Isaacs weren't sure which one was supposed to be played to. Far side Nibbelink, and that one lands on the far sideline for SAU. 7th kill for Allison Nibbelink, and Taylor's lead down to a deuce. Taylor still has all 2 of their timeouts here in the 4th frame. SAU with 1 left. Parrott to Bragg, lefty sweep right down in front of Martin. Calming presence, Casey Bragg, 5th kill, and Taylor's lead back to 3. And here comes Ryan Cerniak. She and Adams have been almost unstoppable tonight. Bragg back to serve with her team Taylor leading by a 3 spot. Martin, near side Peters. She's blocked Cerniak and Isaacs, and the Taylor lead is 4. 6th, make it the 7th block for the Trojans. SAU has had no blocks since the 2nd frame. They've got a pair of them tonight. 5th block for Grace Isaacs. Miscommunication, Porter comes in, moves Peters out of the way, and then Black will 2-arm it over. Parrott, or actually make it Bragg, a little change to Cerniak. Near side Peters, big rip, and she'll tool off the block near side of Isaacs and Cerniak. 7th kill for McKenna Peters, and SAU back to within 3. Positivity coming from head coach Aaron Luthi across from us. She ditched the jacket a couple of sets ago, and it worked like Taylor women's basketball head coach Jody Martinez when he untucks his shirt. Nodder sends it deep. Adams up to Bragg. Far side, Isaacs going up high. Porter dug it, and underneath is Peters a corral, scooped over by SAU. Bragg to Isaacs, a 2-hand push to the corner, punched back to the middle nicely by Churchwell. Near side, Peters leans into it. Porter dug down and got it, and then Black snuck one just around the Taylor front row. A huge block by the Trojans, snuffed out by a diving Paige Porter, and then softly tapping it down was Kyara Black. 2-point difference for SAU, down 16-14, as Nodder sends this one deep. Isaacs calls for it, gets it. Back row leaning dig is Churchwell's. Near side Peters over the block, dug by Bragg, kept alive by Pugh. Sechrist will rainbow it deep, and that one will land about 2 feet out of bounds. Third miscue for Sechrist. That'll force Taylor to take their first time out of set 4. They once led by as many as 5. The Trojan lead now down to 1 at 16-15 here in set 4. Taylor up 2-1 in the match tonight.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
When you need the fuel to be your nephew's #1 fan, Holiday Inn Express. We're there, so you can be too.
Amanda Adams already with a double-double tonight. Match-high 20 kills and a match-high 16 digs for the senior all-league selection in this week's Crossroads League Attacker of the Week. But Taylor's lead, which was once 5, is now down to 1 coming out of the Trojan timeout. Here in set 4, Isaacs in the middle. She's blocked by Kyra Black in the middle, and now set 4 is even at 16. First block for SAU since the second stanza, and Kyra Black gets one back on Isaacs after she had a solo block on the junior earlier in this contest. Just over the top of the tape on the serve, almost goes back over. Kyra Black reaches up and taps it down. Casey Bragg and the Trojans arguing that Black reached over the net. But it'll fall on deaf ears. 5th kill for Black, and SAU takes a 1-point lead, 17-16. It's a 5-0 run for SAU as they lead by 1, trying to force a winner-take-all set 5. Porter to the middle and Nodder. Quick set to Black, tap down Isaacs, and Isaacs is pumped. 17-17 in set 4. 6th block for Isaacs, number 8 for the Trojans. Sechrist out, Ware back in to serve for the home team. Porter plays it nicely up to Nodder. Far side to Peters. She's blocked back, tapped by Nodder. Churchwell near side to Roop. Tapped and played up by Bragg. Pugh to the near side, and Ryan Cerniak, and that one lands on SAU's side of the net. 12th kill for Cerniak, who is rolling here tonight against SAU. 18-17, the Trojan advantage. They try to win this match in 4 and even the season series with SAU. Rupa Rainbow snuffed out by Pugh. Bragg, here comes Adams again. Porter, though, digs it over, and Black couldn't keep sweeping it over as she had to play it over her head. And Porter, I thought she got up in pain, but she was actually laughing as she tries to mop up some of the sweat on her side of the floor. Taylor ahead by 2, 19-17. Porter A-OK. They play it far side to Peters, who hits it into her side of the antenna. And that's the 5th miscue for Peters tonight. And Porter continues to try to step up some of the sweat. And now they'll throw a towel onto the floor, and that should help things out. I'm not sure why they didn't just stop play momentarily, as Porter continues to point to where the perspiration was. Porter was slow to get back to her feet. Like I said, I thought she was initially hurt, but she was actually kind of laughing that she had slipped, and she was pain-free. But then the next point was allowed to be played instead of mopping up the sweat. That was bizarre. Taylor 5 points away from a 4-set win over Spring Arbor and their 4th consecutive win. Ware plays it deep, and it's going to be an ace as Churchwell misplayed it, sailing over her head. First ace for Carly Ware, and a quick timeout for Spring Arbor. The Cougars backs against the wall. Taylor 4 points away from their 4th win in a row.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 5 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $150, all the way up to the Trojan MVP level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan.
SAU out of timeouts here in the fourth frame. Taylor up 21-17. Ever since that third stanza, the Trojans have been rolling like a runaway train. Kyra Black blocked again. Grace Isaacs. 7 blocks for Isaacs. 3 of them of the solo variety. Taylor's got 9 of them as a team, as Isaacs has Black's number tonight. Notter, far side, Peters, a little tap. Kniving is Cerniak for a dig, and then Adams a little sidestep and a rainbow over. Near side, they play it to Roop. That one will land just on the end line by a hair. That thing looked to be flying out of bounds, and then the bottom dropped out of it right on the back line in front of our official. It happened right in front of him. That was the right call. It landed on the inside part of the line. 9 kills for Roop, and Taylor's lead down to 4. Adams right down Main Street, and she picks the back line. And Adams with smoke coming off of her fingertips. 22 kills for Amanda Adams, and Taylor's lead is 5 at 23-18. Taylor 2 points away from their best win of the year and maybe the best win in a couple of years for the Taylor volleyball program. Ford, a changeup, hits the near side antenna. We're to match point, and Odell Arena is about to get to full throat. (24-18) the Taylor lead, set 4. Odell Arena rises to its feet as Harrell will send it over for TU. Notter, near side, Roop, changeup dug by Adams. Bragg, near side to Cerniak, and a leaning dig is Notter's. Far side to Roop for SAU, to the back row, dug by Ware. Bragg, here's Amanda Adams. That one just out by a whisker, and Taylor pleading for a tap that'll fall on deaf ears. First attack error for Amanda Adams since the second stanza. But all is not lost. Taylor still ahead by 5 at match point, 24-19. Johnson sends this one over, out of bounds. Pugh and Ware stepped aside and watched it land between them. The 9th service error of the night for Spring Arbor ends the match, and Taylor wins set 4, 25-19, behind a couple of blistering offensive performances. And the Trojans win their 4th match in a row and get back to 500 for the first time this season. We have a lot to talk about when we come back on the Ivanhoe's post-match show, and that's next here on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965 when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965 when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Well, back inside what is now an empty Odell Arena, but what was once a rowdy and loud Odell Arena. Last night, the Taylor volleyball team wins their fourth match in a row. They moved to 500 on the year at 6-6 and 5-5 in league action, defeating Spring Arbor tonight in 4. They dropped set 1 25-21, then they won set 2 25-22. They were unconscious in set 3, hitting 600 with no errors, hitting 615 with no errors in set 4. They won 25-11, and they ran away with set 5, 25-19, the final there. The Trojans hit 277 for the match tonight, 57 kills, 19 errors, 137 attacks. SAU hit 147. They had 46 kills, 25 errors, and 143 tries. On the night, the Trojans had more kills, they had more assists, they had more digs, they had more blocks, and the only category they trailed in was aces, where they were edged by 1. Taylor had 55 assists, 58 digs, and 4 aces. SAU 43 assists, 52 digs, and 5 aces. The Trojans had 9 blocks to SAU's 3, with Grace Isaacs pacing the category there. Individually, the Trojans had 2 players in double figures. It was Amanda Adams' night, and that might be putting it lightly. She had a match-high 22 kills, just 6 errors, and the majority of those errors came in the first stanza when I believe she had 4. So she had just 2 the rest of the way, which is just stupid. On 48 tries, she hit 333, which is also just dumb. Ryan Cerniak in her second match back since being hurt in the opening match of the season. Looked like her old self tonight. Cerniak 12 kills, 4 errors, 26 tries for a hitting percentage of .308. Grace Isaacs 9 kills, 2 errors, 19 attempts. Hit .368 tonight for the Trojans. Nikki Sechrist had 8 kills, 5 for Casey Bragg, 1 for Savannah Streeter. And that rounds out the kills category for TU. For Spring Arbor, their offense was distributed evenly, and that's what they've done throughout the majority of the year. Claudia Ellis had a great night, was super efficient, 9 kills, no errors on 16 attempts for a hitting percentage of .563. 7 kills for McKenna Peters, 7 for Allison Nibelink, 8 for Allison Ford, 5 for Kyara Black, and 9 for Macy Roop. Leader in assists tonight for SAU was Hope Notter with 19, 12 for Sarah Eliason. The Trojans had 46 from Casey Bragg. That's now 5 or 6, 40 assists marks on the year for the sophomore setter, 5 for Aaron Pugh, and 2 for Ashley Harrell. Amanda Adams completed the double-double tonight for TU to go with her 22 kills. She had 17 digs. That was tops in the match. Aaron Pugh had 12, 6 for Sechrist and 7 for Bragg. Paige Porter, the libero for SAU, had 12 digs, 10 for Sarah Eliason. We talked about the block numbers for Taylor, 9-3 in favor of the Trojans. Well, as you know who, Grace Isaacs, who came in 15th in the country in blocks tonight, had 7 of them, 3 solo blocks, including 2 on the very dangerous Kyra Black. Others with double-figure blocks for Taylor tonight was Ryan Cerniak and Nikki Sechrist, each with 2. Kyra Black and Macy Roop each had 2 for Spring Arbor tonight. With the win, Taylor moves to 6-6 on the year, 5-5 in the Crossroads League. They now move to at least a match and a half, or at least say a half match ahead of Mount Vernon Nazarene for 6th. They now trim their deficit with Spring Arbor to a half match after splitting the season series with their win tonight. The Trojans we are going to still wait to see where they play on Saturday. They were supposed to play at Huntington. That match has now been postponed for about a week or 2 from now inside Platt Arena. So stay tuned to TaylorTrojans.com to see where the Trojans, or if the Trojans, will be playing on Saturday. Special thanks to Hannah on the camera and Katie on the computer. We thank you folks for tuning in tonight as well. It was a lot of fun. We wish you could have been here. The students packed this place out, and they were loud and rowdy from the first serve, and they did not let up as the night carried on. Trojans win their 4th match in a row, defeating Spring Arbor in 4 sets. They dropped the first set, then won the last 3 to go home tonight, winners in 4. Taylor was also great after that opening set. They hit 387 in set 2, 615 as we mentioned in set 3. 16 kills, no errors, 26 tries in the 3rd frame, and they hit 158 in the final stanza. So stay tuned to TaylorTrojans.com to see where the Trojans, or if the Trojans, will play on Saturday. And right now they've won their last 4 in a row. They're 6-6 on the year, 5-5 in the Crossroads League. Things are starting to turn their way as they've been on a hot streak here since the last couple of weeks. This has been a presentation of Taylor Volleyball on the Trojan Sports Network. We say goodnight from Upland, Indiana.